Nuggets are in Indy tonight, and so is Broncos head coach Sean Payton, along with his staff. They are there for the NFL Combine. So figure, why not go catch a Nuggets game? Spent a few minutes talking to our Katie Wingy.
All right, Coach, so you're obviously in town for the Combine. What made you want to bring your group to take in a Nuggets game?
We're here early, so it officially starts tomorrow. And there's always, a lot of times there's a home game during that week stretch for Indiana. You just don't know how it falls. And then all of a sudden, Patrick mentioned, hey, Denver's playing here. So it's the first time for me to watch these guys play. And I'm talking about Denver. And meet Coach Malone and his staff. It's exciting.
First time meeting head coach Michael Malone. What do you admire about him as a coach?
I think there's a grit and a toughness that you can feel when you watch. He's the son of a coach. One of our assistants lives in his neighborhood, so I always hear these stories. And, there's a passion. And it's, you got to be yourself. So these guys all have different personalities, but you feel his passion, and you can see it in his team.
All right, I have to ask you a football question since you're here for football. How do you watch and evaluate talent at the Combine?
So I would say this. It's a great question. We get it all filmed. The very original purpose of the Combine was to combine all the medical information, because prior to that, teams would be, one player might have 28 teams giving them the same physical. So they started doing regional, like they had 2 combines, and then it became 1. And then someone said, well, let's run them on a 40 or let's interview them. And so it always starts with a medical. I think just as important, though, like tonight, we'll still be interviewing after this game. I'll go sit in on those interviews. I think that's real important, to put a face with the film and the name and then a personality. And then the other stuff we're watching, but we're going to have it all on tape. So the medical and the interviews, I think, are important.
You're obviously a great evaluator of talent. I have to talk about how much you've seen of Nikola Jokic, because he's had some on-target passes, some on-target full-court shots. What do you think of his vision and quarterback ability?
I like it. I see a tight end, though. I don't see a quarterback. And so I think that's the reason Mike's kept me away from the warm-up here. We probably can't pay him as much as he gets paid. But, no, obviously you see – it's one thing to pass, and that you also see someone who catches and has got real soft hands. And I think what's very underrated or never discussed is how someone can accept a pass. Some people don't have natural ball skills, and he seems to have that. And then the other thing we were just discussing, like his stamina and his availability each night, he's got that recovery that a lot of players don't have.
All right, so you heard it here first. Tight end, not a quarterback.
The spot, but I'm not going to start any. Yeah, you'll get me in trouble.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach already recruiting the Nuggets personnel.
I know. You can't have him. You can't have him.
By the way, he's QB1. Come on, he ain't tight end. He's
No, he's QB.
Can you imagine a 7-footer looking over the line of scrimmage? Just pop, pop, pop.
But you know what? I think he did make a good point about his hands. Like Nikola Jokic can't. He catches everything, right? The water polo stuff.
Yeah.
So it's funny. No matter the sport, if you're a good evaluator of talent, you can just see it no matter what sport it is.
It's good to have Sean Payton and the Broncos coaches on board tonight in Indianapolis. When we come back, we will break down the Pacers. This is a good team.
Yep.
This is a very good team. 4th place in the East. Honda dealers, that is downtown Indy, where the Pacers make home. Time now for tonight's marquee matchup, brought to you by Red Hawk Roofing. And when you match up against the Pacers, these are the two you got to worry about. Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton. Siakam leads them in scoring, but Halliburton does a little bit of everything else.
Yeah, he really does. You're talking about a very versatile guard. Now just a pacer. He's obviously started in Sacramento, but look, he can knock down the three. He can get into your paint. And the thing that he really likes to do, he likes to get everybody involved first. So what you'll see from Tyrese Halliburton early in this basketball game is him really getting other players involved, and then he'll get to his own scoring as the game progresses on. He is really, really good at getting in your paint. So the point of attack defense for the Nuggets is going to have to be, really, it's going to have to be on point. You got to keep him in front of you or get him walled off, so that he can't just live there.
Yeah, they wiped out the Clippers last night, wall-to-wall winners in that game. The thing that makes them dangerous is that, first of all, they're healthy. And remember, they started slowly this season. They're starting to find their stride.
Yeah, and it's because they play great defense now. Oh, good defense now. I'm not going to say great, but good defense now. But Pascal Siakam is part of that defense, and he's a part of that offense. He's coming off of 3 kind of subpar games, so I think he's going to want to really establish himself as an efficient scorer here tonight. But he's the kind of player that can hit the 3-point shot, will definitely post up. Look for him early in possessions, right? He likes to run out and then seal off his man and get an early, quick post up for a quick opportunity at the basket before you can get your defense set. So just a lot to really think about. It's a very balanced basketball team overall.
Do you think they'll try to do what the Lakers did?
No, because they don't have the personnel.
Exactly.
Yeah. The personnel is what we showed the Lakers doing against Nikola Jokic. Look, they're going to rely on Miles Turner to try to block and alter shots.
All right, well, let's see if Nikola can get back on track. Remember, last time he was on the road, he averaged a 30-point triple-double. Spirit. And you never want to underestimate that guy. He has been on a tear of late. After that double nickel performance against Portland, he continues to shoot the 3 ball at a remarkable level as we examine our downtown breakdown presented by Starry Lemon Lime Soda, the official soft drink of the Denver Nuggets. This guy's hitting the 3, and he's taking the 3, Debs.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a lot. He's averaging 6.7 3-point makes, shooting over 55% from the line. And look, I think early in the season, and we pulled video of this, right? I mean, when he was on balance, and I think there were some tweaks he had to make to his form. He did those things. And then once he just gets on red-hot fire, I mean, you just can't stop him. And I think he's living in a space right now where everything, his form is great, and then he's just in a zone.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Colorado Honda dealers. The Nuggets are sticking with their original 5. Now, you wouldn't believe this. What if I told you that this starting 5 on the season is 8-7 in games?
Well, at first I'd say, wow, they've only played 15 times together. But yeah, that's not the record that you would think. Certainly coming from a Nugget starting 5, which is usually historically in the last couple of seasons, one of the best in the entirety of the NBA. They will have their hands full against the Indiana Pacers starting 5. I think also in this game, Vic, the bench will have its hands full. Now, TJ McConnell is not going to play for the Indiana Pacers tonight, and he keeps their pace high. So that's fortunate for the Nuggets, but still, there's some guys to worry about.
Hopefully Julian Strawther can stay on the court tonight. He went full Dempsey mode against the Lakers, just hacking all over the place. Nuggets and Pacers coming right up from the home of the NFL Combine.